Hey entrepreneurs, it's Sam Day here from DeyTips, and in this video I'm sharing 11 of my top ideas to help you to promote your website. Now this can help you if you're selling a product or if you have a service on your website, you've built your site and now you're wondering how do you actually drive customers to it. Now my first way is search engine optimization. I speak about this a lot on this channel. I've done so many videos on SEO, but this is basically the art of manipulating your website in such a way that appeases the major search engines such as Google, Yahoo, and Bing. Now, there's so many different components that help you to create an SEO strategy for your website. But first and foremost, you want to be thinking, what will somebody type into Google to potentially find the products or the services that are on your website? This is known as keywords. What are the keywords that will drive visitors to your website? Once you know what these keywords are, you then want to use them in the correct places on your website. This includes things such as your URL. You also want to make sure that you use them in your titles and your subtitles and in the body of your text as well, and also in what's known as your meta title and meta description. Now, your meta title is what is seen within Google before someone makes the decision to click, and the same with your meta description as well. And you can actually adapt these, and depending on what platform you're using, whether it's be Shopify, whether it be Wix, whether it be Squarespace, how you manipulate these might be slightly different, but it's all very similar. And I've done videos on how to edit this on all of the different platforms. So I'll leave some of those links in the description down below. So whatever platform you're utilizing, make sure you go and click the relevant links in the description. Now you might be wondering, how on earth do you figure out what keywords your potential customers are actually searching for? Some of the free tools that I really recommend include the Google Keyword Planner tool. I've done an in-depth tutorial on how to use it, and I'll leave that in the description as well. So you can make use of that for free. It's a free tool that Google provides that help you to see how many searches per month a particular keyword is getting. And there's also another platform which is free called answerthepublic.com, which I really like as well. So these free keyword research tools can help to give you an idea of what people are actively searching for with regards to your niche, your product, your services, and you can target those keywords. Now, you want to make sure that you're not going after keywords that are too competitive, but go after keywords that you feel like you have a chance actually ranking for. And the best and easiest way to do this is to go to Google, search for the keyword that you're planning to try and optimize your website for. And if you see some really high authority websites ranking page number 1 for those keywords, then you might want to consider choosing a less competitive keyword. My idea number 2 to help you with promoting your website online is to utilize influencer marketing. This is when you leverage the audience of someone who has a big authority on a particular social media platform. That could be a YouTube influencer, someone on Instagram, or someone on TikTok, where you pay them to promote your website. Now, this can be really effective, but only if you choose the right influencer. You want to think to yourself, does this person actually have the attention of people who are most likely to buy your product or your service? So whenever you're creating a product or creating a service, you should have in mind a potential customer avatar. This is the person who you feel is most likely to buy your product or invest in your service. And you need to think about, what type of influencer, what type of content is someone putting out that will attract your target customer. Does this particular influencer that you are trying to work with or you're thinking about working with, do they have a following of the people who are going to be interested in what you are selling on your website? If they just have a big following, but it's not a niche related following that relates to your products or your service, then, you might drive a lot of people to your website, but they might not be interested in actually buying. This kind of smoothly shifts me onto my idea number 3, which is social media. So most people know now that social media is a fundamental place to be promoting your products or your services. If you're not on social media, then a lot of people won't even know that you exist because they spend so much time on TikTok, on Instagram, and on Snapchat. So you really want to think about having a content strategy for your social media platforms. Now, one of the biggest tips that I can give you for social media is to focus on one platform. That doesn't mean that you can't produce content for other platforms as well, but you really want to go guerrilla on one platform and really create a lot of engaging content there. Think about where your target customers will be spending the majority of their time on social media and choose that particular platform. So, for example, if you're targeting younger people, then TikTok might be the platform for you. If you're targeting an older demographic, then you might want to focus your efforts on Facebook. But if you choose one platform and really create as much content as you can that is specifically aimed to that platform, then chances are you're going to grow quicker, and then you can use and leverage the audience that you build on that platform to help you to build out your other social media platforms. So my idea number 4 is actually guest blogging, and guest blogging isn't spoken about as much anymore, but it's a great way to not only get in front of a new audience, but guest blogging can also help your search engine optimization as well, because when you guest blog, you can actually leave a link from another website to your website, and Google sees these links and attributes authority back to your website. Now, backlinking is a little bit complicated, and I'm not going to go in depth about it in this particular video, but I will leave some videos in the description where I do speak about backlinking and how it can help you to improve your SEO. But the main thing here that I wanted to speak about was guest blogging. When you write an article on somebody else's website, particularly if that website is high authority, if a lot of people read that blog, if they have a huge newsletter list that they send their blog articles to, then contributing a guest article to that blog can actually help to expose your website to a brand new audience. So I highly recommend, if you're in the fashion niche, for example, then go onto Google and search for some fashion blogs out there, or you might know some already. If you're in the business niche, then search for some business blogs out there and see if you can contribute an article that can potentially get you exposure to a new audience. Now, my idea number 5 is to utilize Facebook ads. Now, Facebook ads are extremely effective, and Facebook actually own Instagram now, so your Facebook ads can actually be managed all in the Facebook ads manager, but your ads can also appear on Instagram too. When done effectively, Facebook can actually drive not just visitors but customers to your website who purchase on a consistent basis. Now, I've done loads of videos on Facebook marketing, and again, I'll leave some of them in the description down below. But Facebook gives you so much options in terms of targeting. You can target people who have already visited your website. You can target people who are following you. You can target people on your email list. And this is a really great way to gain warm traffic back to your website. So not just people who don't know about you, but people who already know about you, but perhaps they just haven't purchased yet. Now, my 6th idea to help you to promote your website is actually one of my favorite ways. It's helped myself and a lot of my clients as well to generate a lot of finances to their products and services, and that is actually email marketing. Now, I see a lot of people on their websites, you leave a newsletter, sign up to my newsletter, kind of like pop-up box on their site. And that's just not good enough. Like, you want to have some sort of incentive, some sort of lead magnet to get people to your email list. Now, as you can see, there's a little free ebook that's right beside me, and this is called The Formula, where I teach people how to market and promote their website online more effectively. Make sure you go and download that. It's completely free. But as you can see, what I've just done there is I've promoted my free lead magnet, and hopefully some of you guys who are watching this video and who are subscribed to my channel, you go into my description, you click the link, and you download my free lead magnet. Now, you want to be doing the same thing. Create something of value for free and give it away in return for a name and an email address. This is a great way for you to build your email list. And also, when someone makes a purchase from your website, make sure you have your email provider attached to your payment gateway so that your customers go directly to your email list, so that you can actually get back in the faces of your customers, so hopefully they can buy again. Now, my idea number 7 is to utilize Google ads. Google ads can be extremely effective because Google is search intent based marketing. So this means when someone goes to Google, they're actively searching for a product or a service. So if you put your product or your service in their face when they're searching for that, if they click on your ad, the chances of them buying and converting into a customer is much higher than other forms of marketing, because it's something that they actually want, rather than interrupting their experience on another platform, say Facebook or Instagram, for example. So Google Ads can actually convert really highly, but as a result of this, Google Ads can be quite expensive, especially if you're not going after the right keywords or your keywords are too competitive. I highly recommend, if you're planning on using Google Ads to promote your website, that you really pay attention to the keywords that you're planning to utilize in your Google Ads. Keep a good close track on the keywords and make sure you're using negative keywords as well. So if there's keywords that are just costing you money and not bringing you any results, you want to add those keywords to your negative keyword list. Now, we'll be going into more depth about keywords on Google Ads and how to set up your Google Ads more effectively. So make sure you're subscribed to this channel so you don't miss when those videos go live. But Google Ads is definitely a great way for you to promote your website. And if you're struggling for ideas, you're struggling to drive quality traffic back to your website, I highly recommend giving it a try. My idea number 8 is to utilize webinars. I've done so many webinars in the past, and it's a great way for you to offer upfront value for free. Offer something for free that will educate or entertain your target customers and give them a reason to want to join the webinar, because they're going to learn something, they're going to gain something, and then at the end of the webinar, or even throughout the webinar, you can be promoting your product or your service. My idea number 9 is utilizing Facebook groups. Now, Facebook groups is a great place for you to promote your product or your service. Now, you have to kind of be careful with Facebook groups, because each Facebook group has their own rules. Not every Facebook group you're allowed to just right out promote your product or your service. That being said, even the Facebook groups that don't allow you to promote your website directly is still a great way for you to engage with new customers. So think about what type of Facebook groups your target customers might be a part of. If, for example, you sell clothes and you sell clothes to people who are very fashion conscious, then join some fashion conscious Facebook groups. And if you can promote in there or pay for a sponsored position in there, then that will be great. But even if you can't, then make sure you join the conversation, see what people are talking about, see what posts are being approved, and see if you can add any value to the conversation. Just by being a figure that speaks a lot and has a lot of authority in a Facebook group, people will message you privately and ask you about, what you do and your website and your products and the services that you have on offer. And this leads me nicely to my idea number 10, which is forums. So they act very similarly to Facebook groups. If you go online and find forums within your niche, then you can actually answer people's questions that they have and potentially lead people back to your website as well when it makes sense. So you want to be careful with forums as well, because you don't want to just be spamming your links. You want to genuinely be helping people in these forums who have questions within your niche. And the more of an authority you build on these forums is the more traffic you can send back to your website. Now, lastly, a really great way to promote your website for free most of the time is using business directories. One of the best business directories is Google My Business. I've done a video on Google My Business, and again, I'll leave that link in the description down below. That's Google's business directory, and that can help you gain more visibility in Google. But there are also other business directories as well that are really popular, including Yale.com, and there's trustthetrader.com, and so many different business directories that, if they're relevant to your niche, then you can get involved with those directories, add your website URL, add your business details, and you can be found in 2 ways. Firstly, some of these business directories have a really high authority in the search engines such as Google. So you might notice that even if your website is not ranking for a particular keyword, then your listing in a business directory might start ranking. And organically within that directory, there are people potentially searching for the products or the services that you sell. So they might search not necessarily just Google, but they might search Yale.com, for example. And if your product or your service is there, that's another way for them to find you, and it's another way for you to generate sales back to your website. So those are my 11 ideas to help you to promote your website online. Hopefully a few of these help you to really boost your traffic and boost your sales. If you have any questions at all, please do let me know in the comment section down below. I'll be leaving as many relevant links to some of these ideas as I possibly can, but also do make sure you subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to be putting out a lot more content on these ideas specifically and how you can execute them with more success. So I really hope that this video brought you value. Again, I have the formula which has been right beside me this whole video. I'll leave a link to it in the description down below and also somewhere on this screen as well. And it's the free guide to generating leads and sales for your business online. If you have not downloaded your copy and actually read it, then make sure you click the link, download it, read it. It's completely free, and it's going to give you even more ideas and tips and strategies to help you to promote your website online. But I really do hope that this video brought you value, and if it did, then please click the link down below and make sure you share this video with a friend. If you have any additional questions or comments, then leave them for me in the comment section. But until next time, watch some of my other great videos. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more awesome business related content. Have a great day. Make sure you download the formula, and I will see you soon.